All right, so what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rick Ross, the Hitmaker Man, and we're back with another official Sound Doctrine video where we teach you everything we know about Pro Tools. The main goal is to move faster and more efficient with your sessions. All right, so far we covered creating your sessions and organizing your sessions, importing the instrumental and identifying the tempo of the instrumental. We went over creating new tracks where you can begin to record. We went over how to record. Now I'm going to teach you about markers. Okay, markers are fairly important in case you just want to know where this hook start, where that hook start. And markers get very detailed and helpful, but today we're just going to cover the simple aspects of adding markers to your track. Let's head over to Pro Tools. All right, y'all. So now we're in Pro Tools, and I created a small hook before we got on here, just to have something to go off of. So I'm gonna let y'all hear it real quick. Please don't judge me because the music is actually fire, but I'm just playing around to make these videos. You feel me? Hey, if you want some, you gotta work for it. Work for it. Gotta work for it. You can't just think about it. You gotta work for it. You gotta work for it. You gotta work for it. All right, so that's the hook we going with right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all one little thing real quick because the hook is always actually 8 bars unless you're doing something specific. Catered to your song, but I'm gonna go ahead and loop this hook over real quick. Want some, you gotta work for it. So just a quick way to do it. You highlight what you wanna move over, separate it, hold Alt, drag it over. Make sure it's on relative grid though, because not on relative grid, it's not gonna work the same. But make sure you put on relative grid. If you hold Alt, drag it over, the hook will drag over in place. But if you want some, you gotta work for it. All right, so the importance of this video, right? I believe 50% of engineering is kind of like being organized because I don't know how it works with everyone else, but when my mind is going, sometimes I'll be in a verse and like, oh, this will go good with the hook. And I'm already planning on when I'm gonna get to it and everything. So it's like workflow is important because you could be in your zone and somebody will just bust in a room and just throw the whole workflow off. So I believe organization is definitely part of workflow because if you ever get thrown off, you want to be able to get back to where you was at because sometimes you can really get thrown off, you know? So one of the things that I personally use to help me with organization of my sessions is the usage of these markers, in which I explained earlier. Markers can get very, very detailed as far as how you can use them with the shortcuts and everything. But this particular video was simply going to be about how to actually put them on your track. So if you look on your keypad to the right with the numbers on the right, the long, tall rectangle enter button, right? So let's say we go to our beginning of our hook. Want some, you gotta work. So that's the start of our hook right there. You want to hit that enter sign and it's going to pull up. It's called memory location, right? And there's so many things you can do with it. I encourage you to go to other YouTube videos and explain and explore. I'll do further videos later on down the line with, you know, in-depth videos on how these things actually work. But so what you want to do is I would always number them. So position 1 would be hook 1. Okay, we'll name it hook 1, right? And then you can change the color of it if you want, do all the special things to it if you want. It's up to you. So then I will go to where the verse start. Work for it. You gotta work for it. So I'll go to where the verse start, hit enter. I will label it 2 and put verse 1 or whatever it is for you in this song. I like to do them in order. So if it's the intro first, to put the intro, if the hook is second, put the 2 for the hook. If the verse is third, I like to keep them in order. All right, so that's already important right here, but I'm gonna show y'all exactly why this is like needed, right? So, and this is just me and my experience. I don't even have to look or listen to this beat to know that the hook is finna drop back in right here. The more time you spend with it, the more you'll know it. Some things just never change. One of the reasons I teach people or I preach about learning Pro Tools or mastering Pro Tools, not letting Pro Tools master you, is because I can look at this and tell where the hook gonna end at just by looking, right? So we creating markers right now. So we got our first marker, which is hook 1, which is right here. Second marker, which is verse 2. So my third marker would be the second hook, right? And I can look here from marker to marker and tell that the hook is 4 blocks based on the zoom settings that I have it on right now. So I know to easily just go over here, go from 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know my next verse will start right there. So we can go ahead and add a marker for verse number, I believe it's our 4th marker. Maybe verse number 2. All right. So that's just one thing to know, right? So the importance of these markers really is you just do things. For one, you can go to exactly where you want to go to. So somebody be like, oh, play verse 2 or whatever. You just go to verse 2 and you hit play, or go to hook 2, hit play. They might want something different done in the second hook or something like that. But another cool thing about having your markers set is you can hold start on this marker, drag to that marker, and hold control and hit D and duplicate it, you know? Want some, you gotta work for it. Work for it, gotta work for it. You can't just think about it. So markers are very, very key, man. I'm telling you. I believe Pro Tools even got it to where you can drag these down and actually mark certain things. So even if you change a variation or you mixing and you on a mission, but you hear something you need to go back and fix, you can put a marker down there too, you know? So I encourage you to play around with them, set up a few sessions, do a hook, do a verse, you know, set it up a couple times, do different things just so you can play with it more. Because my thing is never learn something once and just think you know everything. You always want to keep on revisiting the things that you're learning. So yeah, man, that's a quick lesson from today's video. How to add location markers to your sessions. I am your boy, Rob the Hitmaker, man. It's another official sound doctrine teaching video. And I encourage y'all to stay tuned, man, because we're going to keep on working our way up to the more advanced levels right now. We're just dealing with the basics, you know. I'm just trying to get you started, get you aware of what's going on. But I encourage you to stick around because it's going to get real tricky. So if you learned anything valuable today, just make sure you hit like, comment, and subscribe. That's the most I can ask for. You know, and just stay tuned, stay around, man. We're building a nice community of engineers who like to help each other, man. Iron sharpens iron, man. That's what we do around here, man. So it's your boy, Rob the Hitmaker, man. Sound doctrine, you know what I mean? Pull up on me, man. Let's get it.